What's up, you guys? Jason Wardrop here, and if you are a beginner looking to make some money online with zero investment, literally no tech skills, and just the easiest way to start making some extra side money, I want to prove to you that the best way to do that is by starting first your own digital marketing agency, and then even more specifically, starting a real estate digital marketing agency. So as you guys are looking around YouTube and you're like wondering out different ways to go through and make money, three of the top most common ways to go through and make some side income or start your own business is going and starting a Shopify store, start doing Amazon FBA, or very commonly is talked about starting a digital marketing or social media marketing agency. Now, there's countless courses out there on all these different topics, and no, I'm not trying to sell you guys a course. I'm just trying to break down the best way to actually get started. If you're looking to start completely from scratch, if you have no money, no technical skills, no background, no experience, nothing at all, and how you can actually start making a quick $10,000 per month within the next 60 to 90 days. Now, if we analyze these three different methods, you got Shopify, Amazon FBA, and a digital marketing agency. Shopify, it obviously requires some money, and typically what you do is you buy Facebook ads, you send them to your product, and then you have the drop shipping all in place. And then Amazon FBA, you have to go through and rank the different products that you're trying to get. And so both those require a decent amount of money to get started. Now, I'm talking a decent amount of money, maybe $1,000 to $2,000, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but you do have to have some type of initial investment. Now, obviously that's not a huge investment, but a lot of times people starting completely from scratch don't have $1,000 to $2,000. I know I sure didn't have $1,000 to $2,000 to go through and get started when I first was getting started back in the day trying to make some more money online. So the best thing that I recommend doing is going through and starting your own digital marketing agency. And that's because literally every business in America, every business in the world needs help with their social media marketing. They need help with their marketing. They need help with their lead generation. And really, guys, that's not what they are best at, right? They're best at being a dentist or a chiropractor or a real estate agent or whatever they are. And they're not really good at marketing and running that business side of things. So if you can offer to go through and help them, then they're gonna pay you a decent amount of money. Then you go and get 10 clients, 15, 20, and scale up to 100 or 1,000 clients, however many you want, and you have grown a very successful business. Now, the great thing about Facebook, about LinkedIn, about all these different social media networks, it's very easy to go and get a new client 100% for free without spending any money on Facebook advertising, Google advertising, or any of these other platforms. So with all that backstory, let's dive into the top 3 reasons why I think you should start a digital marketing agency if you're starting completely from scratch with zero money, zero investment, zero technical skills, no experience, and you're looking to make some side income or make some money online. Now, the reason why I say you should start a real estate digital marketing agency, because you could start a digital marketing agency and service restaurants, chiropractors, dentists, literally any type of local business. Or there's some people that go through and they'll say, hey, I'll help out chiropractors, insurance agents, mortgage brokers, I'll help out everyone because I know how to generate leads, I know how to go through and do this. The only thing is you can probably scale that up to about 15 to 20 clients, but it gets to a point where you're really reinventing the wheel with every single new client you bring on. And the next client that you bring on, they want to see results of what you've got in their industry. So if you're working with a chiropractor and got them amazing results, and then you try to go sign on a dentist, they're gonna be kind of like, I don't know, like you haven't ever worked with dentists. Even though like the lead generation process is literally very similar, they're gonna be hesitant to go through and have you run their marketing. So that's why, guys, it is so important to go through and niche down, pick a niche, and stick with that niche and become the master, become the guy that or girl that everyone knows, hey, for real estate, you go to this person. For chiropractic, you go to this person. For dental, you go to this person in your area. Now, with that said, here are the top 3 reasons why I think that you should start in the real estate space, continue on with the real estate space, and never leave the real estate space. So number 1, guys, everyone out there literally knows a real estate agent. You're either related to one or you know one, and if you don't personally know one, seriously ask like a sibling, ask your parents, ask a friend, and I guarantee you they know one. So when it comes to acquiring your first client or even your next client, it becomes super easy because it's just a natural conversation with a friend or a family member saying, hey, let me go through. You don't have to pay me anything for the first week. Just pay for advertising. I'll run your Facebook ads. I'll go through, try to generate some leads for you. And if it's successful, then you can hire me on to go through and run all of your lead generation and your marketing and all that stuff. And if it's not, then we'll part ways and you can go through and find your next friend or family member until you get that experience where you're actually gonna see those results on a consistent basis. And also, guys, another killer thing, because I'm in the real estate space, as you guys know, and anytime you're at like a party or a networking event or anything like that, and someone asks, hey, Jason, what do you do? I say, oh, I help real estate agents generate leads and qualify those leads. Very simple. I don't go through and spill like tons and tons of information. I usually just say, I help real estate agents generate leads. And 100% of the time, guys, every single person I ever tell that to, they say, oh, I got my brother or my friend or whoever, or I got so-and-so that's a real estate agent. I got to connect them with you. And so once again, you've got a free referral and you've got new business coming in without even spending any money on advertising. And it's just a no-brainer to get started in the real estate space. And so for those of you guys wondering about competition and saying, well, Jason, like, why would you go through and tell people to do that? Because you're in the real estate space and so you're gonna have other people competing with you. Well, guess what? There are over 2 million real estate agents in the United States alone. That's not even counting like the rest of the world. So over 2 million, guys, like I no way could go through and help out all 2 million real estate agents. And the best thing is because you're probably in a different local area, a different community than I live in, lots of real estate agents, they want to go through and work with somebody that they can meet with maybe on a monthly basis, somebody that they know. And so although I can go through and film all these YouTube videos and say all these things that work and don't work and all that stuff, they'd much rather go through and work with somebody actually know. So obviously that's you. Okay, so the second reason of why I think you should start a real estate digital marketing agency, not only digital marketing agency, but a real estate focus, is because once you get into this space, guys, the opportunities are endless. You go through and you start generating leads for a real estate agent, an individual agent. That means you can go through and start generating leads for a real estate team, okay? Teams of 10 to 20 or 30 agents, so you can have bigger contracts, a real estate brokerage, okay? And on top of that, you have home builders. When they've gone through and built out a new subdivision or a new community, they need to sell these homes. So if you know how to market listings, and usually those home builders have a real estate agent on site to go through and work with all the people interested in those communities. And so you just go through, so you've got now real estate agents, real estate teams, real estate brokers, you have home builders, and on top of that, you have mortgage brokers and loan officers. So every single one of these clients, you're literally generating leads for the same person. So for a real estate agent, if you're going through and getting somebody that is interested in buying a home, typically that person is looking to go through and buy a home. They're going to need to take out a loan in order to buy that home. So boom, you just generated a lead for that real estate agent and you generated a lead for that mortgage broker. Okay, so now you have potentially 2 clients right there, 1 lead, and it's gonna be able to benefit both of them. So if you're going into like the dental space or the chiropractic space or anything like that, you're kind of just like niched down to just dental or chiropractic or whatever it is, or restaurants. And it's not like you can go through and share those leads with other people. And speaking of dental and chiropractic, going back to point number 1, okay, not everyone knows a dentist or a chiropractor, right? Or if they do, you maybe know just one. Whereas with real estate agents, you probably know 3 to 5 or even more than that. Okay, but back to point number 2, guys. Basically, it's so awesome because you can work with individual real estate agents, real estate teams, real estate brokerages, home builders. You can work with mortgage brokers, loan officers, and potentially you could even work with, and you guys know that I like to focus, so I don't go off and I don't work with home builders. I don't work with too many real estate teams or real estate brokers. I more focus on the individual agent. I do work with some mortgage brokers and loan officers just because it makes sense, but I don't try to spread myself too thin. But I just wanted to show you guys and paint the picture that the opportunities really are endless. And with that, usually when someone buys a new home, they need to get insurance on the home. So you could potentially have that lead work for the real estate agent, the mortgage broker, loan officer, and then also an insurance agent. And also they usually need to get a title. And so it could, I mean, guys, this could go on forever and ever, but it's really key to focus, specialize, and not really deviate, although you can see the opportunities are pretty much endless here. All right, so the third and final reason why I think you should start a real estate digital marketing agency and not focus on any other niche is because once you go through, in the beginning, you know, you're just working to go through and make that first $10,000 per month. And then once you make $10,000 a month, you're like, so I'm gonna grow to $25,000 per month, and then 50, and then you're like, oh man, okay, I'm starting to actually get some cash coming in where I can pay for all my personal expenses, I can pay for all my business expenses, and maybe I have some leftover cash. Maybe you grow to 100 grand a month. Okay, now this might be like a year or 2 or 5 years down the road for you, but like Stephen R. Covey says, you have to begin with the end in mind. Okay, so if you're just so short-sighted that you're only thinking about making that quick 10 grand a month, then you're not really gonna think about this strategically. Whereas if you're thinking about strategically, in 5 years, when you're making $100, $250, $500,000 per month, and you have that excess cash, a lot of times one of the best investments out there is investing in real estate. And just by the nature of running a real estate digital marketing agency, you are going to learn a lot about that niche. And so going back to point number 2, you also have real estate investors, right? I get investors hitting me up all the time to go through and help them with their lead generation. And so that even adds on another person that you can go add onto your list of clients. And because you've learned so much about the real estate niche, the real estate market, real estate investors, you know, like if it's a hot time to buy or not, just because of how the ads are performing, how the agents are saying how they're doing and all that stuff, you're able to go through and take your money, your excess money that you've made, and invest that into real estate, all right? Unlike if you're going to focus on, let's say, dental or chiropractic or any of these other ones, insurance agents, like you're not going to go through and take your excess money and invest into a dental practice or invest into a chiropractic practice. Obviously you definitely could do that, but one of the best investments out there for tax reasons, for a number of other reasons, passive income, all that stuff, is real estate. So you can invest in residential homes, apartments, big multi-unit complexes, you can invest in like shopping centers, you can invest in a whole lot of different things with real estate because you have learned so much about the real estate market. All right, guys, so basically that's my quick rant of why you should start first a digital marketing agency, because all business owners need help with their lead generation, with their social media marketing, with all that good stuff. And number 2, you should start a real estate social media marketing agency. So if you're like, well, Jason, that's awesome, but like, where do I get started? I've got a 100% free checklist that I'm gonna go through and add down in the description as well as in the top comment. And so you guys can just jump in, download that, and it's basically like a quick checklist of the first things you need to go through and get started. And honestly, guys, it's not too difficult. Don't overthink this. It's basically go through as simple as going through and making a post on Facebook and saying, hey, I'm looking to go through and help some real estate agent friends of mine generate leads, and I'm gonna go through and do it 100% for free. All you have to do is pay for the advertising. Who's interested? And then boom, you get your first client, and from there, you're able to go through, start getting them results, and scale up from there. So literally zero cost, zero investment, zero technical skills, zero experience. You can get started, start making money, scale up to $10,000 per month, $25,000 a month, 50 and beyond. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. Also drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of my thoughts about starting a digital marketing agency as well as a real estate digital marketing agency more specifically. And also, if you guys are brand new here, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel because we launch new videos every single week on how to generate more leads, make more money, and grow your business. So with that said, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you all later.